Brahmaya Vidmahe Shiva Tattvaya Dhimahi Tanno Mohan Prachodayat. Om Para Brahmaya Vidmahe Shiva Tattvaya Dhimahi Tanno Mohan Prachodayat. Om Para Brahmaya Vidmahe Shiva Tattvaya Dhimahi Tanno Mohan Prachodayat. Om Gam Ganeshaya Namah. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushti Vardhanam Urvar Kamivar Upandanat Mithyo Kshamamritat. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushti Vardhanam Urvar Kamivar Upandanat Mithyo Kshamamritat. Om Trayambagam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushti Vardhanam Urvar Kamivar Vandana Mithyo Kshamamritat. Om Halrim Paglam Ki Hum Fat Swaha. Om Halrim Paglam Ki Hum Fat Swaha. Om Halrim Paglam Ki Hum Fat Swaha. Om Shri Gurudev Datta. Om Shri Gurudev Datta. Om Shri Gurudev Datta. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Para Brahmane Namah. Om Para Brahmane Namah. Om Para Brahmane Namah. Om Para Brahmaya Vidmahe Shiva Tattvaya Dhimahi Tanno Mohan Prachodayat. Namaste and welcome to today's readings of Chapter 39 and 40 from the Sai Sat Charitra. My name is Charitra and I will be representing the Mohanji Ashram in Durban, South Africa. Today's chapter discusses Baba's knowledge of Sanskrit. In Chapter 39, we will be discussing the interpretation of his verse from the Gita and the construction of the Samadhi Mandir. Chapter 39 deals with Baba's interpretation of his verse from the Bhagavad Gita. As some people believe that Baba had little knowledge of Sanskrit, but had, by the interpretation of Nana Sahib Chandrapur's query, Hemanpat refuted the charge in chapter number 50. And as it deals with the same subject matter, it is incorporated in this chapter. Based in Shirdi and blessed in Dwarkamai, where Shirdi Sai lived and moved until he took Mahasamadhi. Blessed are the people of Shirdi whom he obliged and for whom he lived there. Shirdi was a small village first, but it attained importance on his account of his contact and became a tirtha, holy place of pilgrimage. Equally blessed are the women folk of Shirdi, blessed in their whole and undivided faith in him. They sang the glories of Baba while bathing, grinding, pounding corn, and doing other household work. Baba's interpretation. Nobody believed that Baba knew Sanskrit. One day, he surprised all by giving an interpretation of his verse from the Gita to Nana Sahib Chandrapur. A brief account about this matter was written by Mr. B.V. Dev, retired Mamlatar Das, and published in Marathi in the Sri Sai Leela magazine, Volume 4, Sukta Vishaya, page 563. Short accounts of the same are also published in Sai Baba's Charters and Sayings, page 61, and in the Wondrous Saint Sai Baba, page 36, both by B.V. Narasimha Swami. Mr. B.V. Dev has also given an English version of the English statement dated 27 September 1936 and published on page 66 of Devotees Experiences, Part 3 by Narasimha Swami. As Mr. Dev has got first-hand information about the subject from Nana Sahib himself, we below his version. Nana Sahib Chandra was a good student of Vendetta. He read Gita with commentary. He fancied that Baba knew nothing of Sanskrit text. So Baba one day pricked the bubble. These were the days before crowds flocked to Baba, when Baba had individual meetings at the mosque with such devotees. Nana was sitting near Baba and massaging his legs and muttering something under his breath. Baba, Nana, what are you mumbling to yourself? I am reciting a shloka. What shloka? From the Bhagavad Gita. Baba says, say it loudly. Nana then recited Bhagavad Gita chapter 4:34, which is as follows. Tatvidi prana pratipasina pariprashanena sabhaya devaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanana tattva darshina. Nana, what do you understand by it? And do you understand it? Yes. If you do, then tell me its meaning. It means this: making Shastanga Namaskar, that is, prostration, asking the Guru, serving him, learning this knowledge, and learning what it is. Then those who have attained the real knowledge of the Sat-Vastu, Brahma, will give you Upadisha, which is instruction of knowledge. Baba, Nana, I do not want this sort of collected purpose of the whole stanza. Give me each word, its grammatical force and meaning. Then explain it word by word. Nana, is it enough to merely make prostration? I do not know any other meaning for the word pranipa than making prostration. Baba asked, what is pariprashana? Nana, asking questions. What does prashana mean? The same questioning. If pariprashana means the same as prashna, which is question, why did Vyasa add the prefix pari? Was Vyasa off his head? Nana, I do not know of any other meaning for the word pariprashana. Seva, what sort of seva is meant? Just what are we doing to you? Baba asked, is it enough to render such service? Nana responds, I do not know. What is more signified by the word seva? Baba says, in the next line, Upat Keshanti Jnanam, Gayana. Can you read any other word in lieu of Gayana? Nana says, yes. Baba asks, what word? Gayana. Taking that word instead of Gayana, is any word and is any meaning made out of the word? Nana says, no, Shankara Vashaya gives no such construction. Baba says, never mind, if he does not, is there any objection in using the word Adyan if it gives a better sense? Nana says, I do not understand how to construe by placing Agyan in it. Baba responds, why does Krishna refer Arjun to Tattva Darishi to do his prostration, interrogation, and service? Was Krishna not a Tattva Darshi? In fact, Gyan itself? Nana responds, yes, he was, but I do not make out why he referred Arjun to Gyan. Baba, have you not understood this? Nana was humiliated. His pride was knocked down. Then Baba began to explain. It is not enough to merely prostrate before the Jnana. We must make Sarva Vasu, Sharan Agati, complete surrender to Satguru. Mere questioning is not enough. The question must not be made with any improper motive or attitude, or to trap the Guru and catch mistakes in the answer. Or, out of idle curiosity, it must be earnest with a view to achieve spiritual progress or liberation. 3. Seva is not rendering service with the feeling that one is free to offer or refuse service. One must feel that he is not the master of the body, that the body is Guru and exists merely to render service to him. If this is done, the Satguru will show you what the knowledge referred to in the previous stanza is. Nana did not understand what is meant by saying that a Guru teaches agyan. Our response: how is Gyan Upadesh, i.e., imparting of realization to be effective, destroying ignorance is Gyan. Of verse OV 1396 of Dayanushwari, commenting on the Gita 18 to 66 states, removal of ignorance is as follows. O Arjun, if dream and sleep disappear, you are yourself. It is like that. Also, OV 83 of Gita 5 to 16 says, is there any difference or independence in Gyan besides the destruction of ignorance? Expelling darkness means light. Destroying duality, Dvaita, means non-duality, Advaita. Whenever we speak about destroying of Dvaita, we speak of Advaita. Whenever we talk of destroying darkness, we talk of light. If we have to realize the Advaita state, the feeling of Dvaita in ourselves has to be removed. That is the realization of the Advaita state. Who can speak of Advaita while remaining in the Dvaita state? Unless one gets into the state of non-duality, how can one know it and realize it? Again, the Shishaya principle. Like the Satguru is the embodiment of Jnana. The difference between the two lies in the attitude, high realization of Satguru and his marvelous superhuman tattva, and the unrivaled capacity and Ishwarya yoga. The Satguru is Nirgun, Sat Chit Anand. He has indeed taken human form to elevate mankind and raise the world. But his real Nirgun nature is not destroyed thereby, even a bit. His existence, divine power, and wisdom remain undiminished. The disciple is, in fact, of the same Swarupa, but it is overlaid by the effect of the samskars of innumerable births in the shape of ignorance, which veils his view that he is Shuddha Chaitanya. See Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, page 15. As stated therein, he gets the impression, I am Jiva, a creator, meek and poor. The Guru has to root out these offshoots of ignorance and has to give upadesh or instruction. To the disciple held spellbound for endless generations by the ideas of being a jiva, the Guru imparts the teaching. You are God, you are the mighty and opulent. Then he realizes that he is God really. The perpetual delusion under which the disciple is laboring, that he is the body, that he is the creature or ego, that God and the world are different from him, is an ignorance inherited from the innumerable past births. From action based on it, he has derived his joys, sorrows, and mixtures of both. To remove the delusion, this error, this root ignorance, he must start the inquiry. How did the ignorance arise? Where is it? And to show him, this is called the Guru's Upadesh. The following are instances of Agyan. 1. I am a Jiva, creature. 2. Body is the soul. I am the body. 3. God, world, and Jiva are different. 4. I am not God. 5. Not knowing that body is not the soul. 6. Not knowing that God, world, and Jiva are one. Unless these errors are exposed to his view, the disciple cannot learn what God, Jiva, world, body, how they are interrelated, and whether they are different from each other or are one and the same. To teach him these and destroy his ignorance is the instruction in Gyan or Agyan. Why should Gyan be imparted to the Jiva? Who is a Gyan Murti? Upadesh is merely to show him his error and destroy his ignorance. Baba added, Pranipata implies complete surrender. Surrender must be of body, mind, and wealth. Why should Krishna refer to other jnanas? Sat Bhakta takes everything to be Vasudeva. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, 19. That is, any guru would be Krishna to the devotee, and guru takes disciple to be Vasudeva. Bhagavad Gita 7, 18. As Krishna knows that there are such gurus and disciples, he refers Arjuna to them so that the greatness be known. Construction of the Samadhi Mandir. Baba never made any fuss about things which he wanted to accomplish, but he so skillfully arranged the circumstances that people were surprised at the slow but sure results attained. The construction of the Samadhi Mandir is an instance. Sriman Babu Sahib Bhuti, the famous multimillionaire of Nagpur, lived in Shirdi with his family. Once, an idea arose in his mind that he should have a building of his own there. Some time after this, while he was sleeping in Dikshit, Wada, he got a vision. Baba appeared in his dream and ordered him to build a Wada with a temple. Shama, who was sleeping there, also got a similar vision. When Babu Sahib awoke, he saw Shama crying and asked the latter as to why he was in tears. Shama replied that in his vision, Baba came to him and ordered distinctly, build the water with the temple. I shall fulfill the desires of all. On hearing the sweet and loving words of Baba, I was overpowered with emotion. My throat was choked, my eyes were overflowing with tears, and I began to cry. Babu Sahib was surprised to see that both their visions tallied. Being a rich and capable man, he decided to build a water there and drew up a plan with Shama. Kaka Sahib Dikshit also approved it, and when it was placed before Baba, he also sanctioned it immediately. Then the construction work was duly started, and under the supervision of Shama, the ground floor, the cellar, and the well were completed. Baba, on his way to and from Lendi, also suggested some improvement. Further work was entrusted to Babu Sahib Job, and when it was going on, an idea struck Babu Sahib Bhuti's mind that there should be an open space or platform in the center, and the image of Lord Krishna with the flute being installed. He asked Shama to refer this matter to Baba and get his consent. The latter asked Baba about this when he was just passing by the water. On hearing Shama, Baba gave his consent, saying, after the temple is complete, I will come there to stay. And starting at the water, he added, after the water is complete, we shall use it ourselves. We shall live, move, and play there, embrace each other, and be happy. Then Shama asked Baba whether this was an auspicious time to begin the foundation work of the central room of the shrine. Baba answered in the affirmative. Then Shama got a coconut broken there and started the work. In due time, the work was completed, and an order was also placed for making a good image of the Muludar. But before it was ready, a new situation turned up. Baba became seriously ill. Babu Sahib became very sad and dejected, thinking that if Baba passed away, his water would not be consecrated by the holy touch of Baba's feet, and all his money would be wasted away. But the word, "keep me in the water," which came out of Baba's mouth just before his passing away, consoled not only Babu Sahib, but one and all. In due time, Baba's holy body was placed and preserved in the central shrine meant for the Maludar, and Baba himself became Maludar, and the water thus became Samadhi Mandir of Sai Baba. His wonderful leela is unfathomable. And fortunate is Babu Sahib Bhuti, in whose water lies the holy and pure body of Baba. Bow to Sri Sai, peace be to all. Chapter 40. In chapter 40, we discuss the attending of Mrs. Dev Udayappan ceremony as a sannyasi with two others, visiting Ahmad Khan's house in the form of his picture. In this chapter, we give two stories. One, how Baba attended the Udayappan ceremony organized by Mr. B.V. Dev's mother at his house at Danu, and how Baba attended the Shringa dinner party in Hemapat's house at Bandra. Blessed in Sri Sai Samartha, who gives instructions in both temporal and spiritual matters, choose his devotees and makes them happy by enabling them to achieve the goal of their life. Sai, when places his hands on their heads, transfers his power to them, and thus destroying the sense of differentiation, makes them attain the unattainable thing. He who embraces the Bhakta, who prostrates himself before him with no sense of duality or differentiation, he becomes one with the Bhakta as the sea with the rivers. Now, to revert to the stories of this chapter. Mrs. Dev Udayappan ceremony. Mr. B.V. Dev was a Mamlatar at Thana district. His mother had observed 25 to 30 religious vows and a Udayappan concluding ceremony in connection therewith was to be performed. This ceremony included the feeding of 100 to 200 brahmins. Mr. Dev fixed the date for the ceremony and wrote a letter to Babu Sahib Jog asking him to request Sai Baba on his behalf to attend the dinner of the ceremony, as without his presence the ceremony would not be duly completed. Babu Sahib Jog read out the letter to Baba. Baba noted carefully the pure-hearted invitation and said, "I will always think of him who remembers me. I require no conveyance, carriage, tonga, train, or aeroplane. I manifest myself to him who lovingly calls me." Right, he may reply that three of us, the trio, myself, yourself, and a third person, will go and attend it. Mr. Jog informed Mr. Dev of what Baba said. Mr. Dev was much pleased, but he knew that Baba never went to any place except Rahata, Ruhi, and Nirmagan in person. He also thought that nothing was impossible for Baba, as he was all-pervading, and that he might suddenly come in any form and fulfill his word. A few days before this, a sannyasi in Bengali dress and professing to work for the cause of the protection of cows came to the station master at Lahore to collect donations. The station master told him to go into town and see the Mamlatar, which is Mr. Dev, and with his help collect funds. Just then, the Mamlatar happened to come there. The station master then introduced the sannyasi to him. Both sat talking on the platform. Mr. Dev told him that his subscription list for some other charitable cause had already been prepared by the leading citizen, Raul Saib Narottam Shetty, and so it was not proper to start another subscription list, and that it would be better if he would visit the place after 2 to 4 months. Hearing this, the sannyasi left the place. About a month afterwards, the sannyasi came in a chonga, which stopped in front of Mr. Dev's house at about 10 a.m. Dev thought that he came for donation. On seeing him busy with the preparation for the ceremony, the sannyasi said that he had come not for money, but for meals. Dev said, "All right, you are welcome in the house." The sannyasi said, "2 lads are with me." Dev said, "Well, come with them." As there was about 2 hours for the meals to be served, Dev inquired where he should send for them. He said that it was not necessary, as he would come himself at the appointed time. Dev asked him to come at noon. Exactly at 12 noon, the trio came, joined the party, and after feeding himself, went away. After the ceremony was finished, Dev wrote a letter to Babu Saib Jog, complaining of Baba's breach of promise. Jog went to Baba with a letter, but before it was opened, Baba spoke. "Ah, I promised him to come, but deceived him, telling that I did attend his dinner with 2 others, but he failed to recognize me. Then why did he call me at all? He thought that the sannyasi came to ask for subscription money. Did I not remove his doubt in that respect? And did I not say that I would come with 2 others? And did not the trio come in time and have their meals? See, to keep my word, I would sacrifice my life. I would never be untrue to my word." This reply pleased Jog's heart, and he communicated the whole reply to Dev. As soon as he read it, he burst into tears of joy, but he took upon himself to task mentally for vainly blaming Baba. He wondered how he was received by the sannyasi's prior visit and his coming to him for subscription. How he also failed to catch the significance of sannyasi's word that he would come with 2 others for meals. This story clearly shows that when the devotees surrender themselves completely to their Satguru, he sees to it that the religious functions in their houses are duly executed and complied with all the necessary formalities. Hemapant Shmingar dinner. Now let us take another story which shows how Baba appeared in the form of his picture and fulfilled the desire of his devotees. In 1917, on the morning of the full moon day, Hemapant had a vision. Baba asked him and appeared to him in his dream in the form of a well-dressed sannyasi, woke him up and said that he would come to him for meals that day. This vision constituted a part of the dream. When he fully woke up, he saw neither Sai nor any sannyasi. But when he began to recollect the dream, he remembered each and every word the sannyasi uttered in his dream. Though he was in contact with Baba for 7 years and always meditated on Baba, he never expected that Baba would come to his house for meals. However, being much pleased with Baba's words, he went to his wife and informed her that, being the holy day, a sannyasi was coming for meals and some more rice should be prepared. She inquired about the guest, who he was, and where he was coming from. Then, not to cause any misunderstanding, he gave her the truth and told her about the genie. She undoubtedly asked whether it was possible that Baba should come there from Shirdi, leaving the dainty dishes there to accept their coarse food. Hemapant then assured her that Baba might not come in person, but he might attend in the form of a guest, and they would lose nothing if they cooked some more rice. After this, preparations for dinner went on, and it was ready at noon. The Holika worship was through, and the leaves were spread and arranged with rangoli around them. 2 rows were arranged with a central seat between them for the honorable guest. All members of the family, sons, grandsons, daughters, and son-in-laws, etc., came and occupied their seats, and the of the various items. While this was done, everybody was watching for the guest, but none turned up. So it was past noon. Then the entrance was closed. The Anashudi was served. This was a signal to start eating. Formal offerings to the Vishwadeva, the fire, Navidya to Sri Krishna were also over, and the members were about to begin, when footsteps in the staircase were heard distinctly. Hemapant went immediately and opened the door and saw 2 men, Ali Muhammad and Maulana Ishmael Mujawar. Those 2 persons, seeing the meals were laid out and all the members were about to begin eating, apologized to Hemapant and requested him to excuse their interference. They said, "You left your seat and came running to us. Others are waiting for you. So please take this thing, and I shall relate all about it later at your convenience." Saying so, he took out from under his arm a packet wrapped in an old newspaper and placed it on the table. Hemapant uncovered the packet and saw, to his great wonder and pleasant surprise, a big and nice picture of Sai Baba. On seeing it, he was much moved. Tears ran down from his eyes, and hair stood on end all over his body. And he bent and placed his feet on Baba in the picture. And he bent and placed his head on the feet of Baba in the picture. He thought that Baba had placed him by this miracle or leela. Out of curiosity, he asked Ali Muhammad how he got this picture there. He said that he brought it from a shop and that he would give all the details about it afterwards, and wished that all members were waiting for him, that he should go and join them. Hemapant thanked him, bade them goodbye, and returned to the dining hall. The picture was placed on the central seat reserved for the guest, and after making the due offering of the Navidya, the whole party commenced eating and finished it in proper time. On seeing the beautiful form of Sai in the picture, everybody was extremely pleased and wondered how all this happened. This is how Sai Baba fulfilled his word, uttered by him in the dream of Hemapant. The story of the picture with all its details, that is, how Ali Muhammad got it, why he brought it and gave it to Hemapant, is reserved for the next chapter. Bow to Sri Sai, peace be to all. This concludes the chapters for today. Om Para Brahmaya Vidmahe Shiva Tattvaya Dhimahi Tanno Mohan Prachodayat. Om Para Brahmaya Vidmahe Shiva Tattvaya Dhimahi Tanno Mohan Prachodayat. Om Para Brahmaya Vidmahe Shiva Tattvaya Dhimahi Tanno Mohan Prashodayat. Please join us tomorrow for further chapters read from the Sai Sat Charitra. Jai Mohanji.